James Gunn's Superman movie is a certified banger, and it brings a lot of hope moving forward for the DC universe. This video will contain spoilers. This is your spoiler warning. Let's get into it. Also, if you like talking about movies, go ahead and drop me a follow. The first thing I want to talk about is just how much of an A1 hater Lex Luthor is throughout this entire movie. We need more villains that give no rhyme or reason as to why they are the way they are. He just absolutely hates Superman just because he's an alien. It's honestly kind of childlike, and not because he throws these little temper tantrums throughout the whole movie, but specifically because of this scene when Superman confronts him about stealing crypto, and he just completely denies it. He doesn't even know what he's talking about until he says under his breath exactly what he's talking about, and it just sends Superman into this rage. I found that so funny. Also, they did Mr. Terrific so well. We need a solo series, movie, whatever, just about him, because this man, every scene he was in, he stole the show. But specifically that one-shot fight scene when he's taking on all of Lex Luthor's goons with his T-spheres, his combat skills, but also protecting Lois Lane at the exact same time, it was just done so beautifully. I was locked in. I will say, unfortunately, the Justice Gang was kind of more of a comedic ploy for the entire movie. Every scene that they were in, besides the ending fight scene, was kind of just for the comedic value of the movie. But speaking of that final fight scene with the Justice Gang, this is Guy Gardner to an absolute T, the best Guy Gardner scene, hands down. Also, it's very well known that James Gunn likes to cast Nathan Fillion in every movie that he makes, and his goal is literally to make him look as silly as possible. And why not make him Guy Gardner with the silly bowl cut? But honestly, I'm so happy with this casting. He did amazing. Hot Girl didn't make much of an impact in this movie, but the one thing that I was really happy to see is that they did have her screech in the movie, and you know there's going to be a lot more of her in the future, so I was pretty pleased, but I wish she was just in it a little bit more. The Ultraman introduction in this movie was really well done, in my opinion. I like the mystery behind the entire thing. We were all anticipating which type of Superman behind the mask it was going to be, and they did reveal it was a clone of Superman, and of course, he's not dead. He just got thrown into a black hole. We're going to see him again. But because of that, we most likely will get Bizarro in the near future. There's a bunch of different avenues that can go with this character, but the most likely one is Bizarro. The biggest hanging question for me the entire movie was how they're going to explain why Superman has crypto and how he has no control over him. And they did that beautifully with such a small scene introducing Supergirl. Supergirl shows up at the very end drunk because she just came back from another planet that has a red sun, so it allows her to get drunk because you can't get drunk on Earth with the yellow sun, to collect Crypto, her dog, and shows why he was so misbehaved the entire movie. Crypto was also done perfectly in this movie, in my opinion. I have no notes. I was so pleased with this film. Going to the theaters, I had such high hopes, and I was not disappointed in the slightest. I cannot wait for the future of this DC universe. With James Gunn at the helm of it, we have hope.